trumpets blow.
Arizona United Soccer is on the air. Tonight, United SC with 3 matches remaining in the 2016 season, trying to get into the playoffs. They host T2 from Portland. Well, how you doing, everybody? I'm Brad Susmat with Scott Morrison. It's a big night of Arizona United Soccer as United trying to stay alive. We've had that theme, it feels like, on these broadcasts over the last 6 weeks. Unfortunately, United has not done it when it comes to wins here. It's been a month now since United crossed the finish line with a victory, and with the playoffs looming, you got to get one tonight.
That's right, a win tonight is a must. Arizona United started August really well with 3 wins, but then we spoke about the 4 losses with the remainder of the month. So tonight's a must win, 3 games left, they must take 9 points.
What have you seen? I mean, why the struggle on offense? Is it running out of gas late in the season? Is it accumulation of injuries? Well, what is it, Scott, you're seeing?
It's been an accumulation of many things, suspensions, injuries, loss of form. The front 3 haven't been scoring goals as free-flowing as they were at the beginning of August. The goals have dried up a little bit, and Arizona United only have 6 players in the squad on the score sheet. So it's up to the other players to chip in and do their part on the scoring front.
Let's take a look back at their last match against San Antonio, and the highlights from there were some goals that were scored.
That's right, we see here Tyler Blackwood with some great play there, setting up his strike partner Long Tan, and he tucked it away, and Arizona United got off to a great start in the game, and away to San Antonio. It was a great start, but San Antonio clawed their way back into the game and scored again in the first half. They tied level through Carlos Alvarez with a nicely worked goal down the right-hand side. And that was it for the rest of the game. Neither team managed to take the game by the scruff of the neck and earn 3 points. However, I think San Antonio came away from the game the happier of the 2 teams with a point.
And for United tonight, we'll get to their starting lineups here in a few minutes. You will see the veterans on the back line, and when you have must-wins like tonight, that's where it all starts and finishes. They can score goals, but you've got to have the defense when it gets to these time of your games.
Yeah, I think that's important, and if the front 3 aren't scoring goals, then it's up to the back 4 to keep the ball out the net, including Carl back 5. And they have been doing that very well, but the longer that the games go without you scoring goals, then the pressure mounts on the back line. And Portland Timbers 2 came here the first game of the season, scored early on.
Yep.
So Arizona United will be looking to keep them out early on and build some momentum into the game and finish the season on a high.
On the other side, we will have the starting lineups and we'll get things started. It's Arizona United SC at home here in Peoria, taking on T2 from Portland after this timeout.
Yo, I'm holding on to she waistline while her body bounce to the baseline. Tell her this girl had the best wine, and I'm single, so now is the best time. Walk she up while she wind me down. Make she my queen, I'll give her.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
It is an absolutely gorgeous night for soccer. Those of you watching on the T2 side, this time of year it can be miserable here in Peoria and in Phoenix, metropolitan Phoenix. We're about 25 miles from downtown Phoenix. Instead, it is an absolutely beautiful September night. Temperatures today were right near 100. And tonight, as we get ready to start the match, in the high 80s, and we'll dip down to the high 70s. Our starting lineups tonight for T2, Timbers 2, coming in tonight, and a change at keeper. They are going with their starter tonight there, Scotty.
Yeah, no changes in the team other than Kendall McIntosh comes back into the team from the victory away to RGV at the weekend. So they'll be looking to pick up where they left off at the weekend, and they've actually had 2 shutouts in their last 2 games, 2 victories, so no changes for them.
Over on United's side tonight, trying to find some offense. We'll focus in up top, and that's where they've got to get it done in a game like this tonight.
Yeah, and Luke Rooney's back in the team after serving his 1-game suspension, so I'm sure Long Tan and Tyler Blackwood will be happy to see him come back into the team. But other than that, same as usual from Arizona United. They'll be looking to keep it tight at the back and get the ball forward as quick as he can to the forwards and get an early goal, which they didn't manage to get last time the 2 teams met here in Peoria.
So I'm sure those of you that have watched United through the season know that Chris Cortez had been a big part of United in the starting lineup, but went down with injury a couple of weeks back, and we have not seen him. He is listed tonight to come into the match.
Yeah, Chris Cortez will definitely be a player to watch tonight, coming in to make an impact on the game. He certainly had a hot streak at the beginning of August and then picked up an injury. He actually picked up an injury against Timbers 2 at the start of the season, which set him back, and he took a little bit of time to get back into his rhythm, but once he found it, he certainly picked up, and he's at 6 goals for the season, so he'll be looking to make an impact tonight and get on the score sheet.
Now, far be it from me doing the play-by-play of United for the last 3 years, as we see head coach Frank Yal up there. The coach has done a very good job, but he needs to beat T2. United has never beaten T2. It's weird how that plays out.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those hoodoos, and clubs have them. There's certain teams that you just can't quite beat, and hopefully Frank Yallop will get the victories tonight for Arizona United, which they need, although he did put emphasis on this game as it's not a must-win. What's important is the club finishes the season on a high and finds their form, and they don't peter out.
The referee tonight is Robbie Holner. United with 6 goals in their last 6 matches, and that pretty sums up why we're in this spot, looking up at the last playoff spot and needing some help. But both teams come into this match with the same number of points, so whoever does come out on top, unless we have a draw here, this is an elimination game. I know Scott and I have used that line in our stand-ups here about the last month, and United will win a few, then lose a few, win a few, then lose a few, but tonight really is the case. Pitch looks great here in Peoria. It is a baseball facility for those of you watching for the first time. This is the home of the San Diego Padres and the Seattle Mariners. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick by Kendall McIntosh.
Yeah, so Arizona United taking no chances at the back at the start of this game. In 5 seconds, they'll have lasted longer than they did in the previous meeting here without conceding a goal. So that's a plus point for United, and they certainly won't be looking back to that game. They'll be looking forward. But Frank Yallop will have told the guys, look, it didn't start well last time we met here, so make sure you start the game a lot better than you did last time. United
in the red, T2 in the green. United moving from right to left as you watch tonight with Scott Morrison, Brad Sussmat. Thanks for being on board. And a tough tackle there. Portinieri.
Yeah, on Arboleda. That'll be a good matchup tonight with Arbeloda's pace, and Brandon Portinieri is not slow himself, but he's looking to get tight on Arbeloda there and give him no time to get in behind whatsoever.
This will be Brett. We'll have the free kick, as Scott mentioned. We're very early into this match. Last time you and I barely got our voices warmed up, partner, and we're looking at each other like, what just happened? Here is Brett. Played in far post. And in the box, Wyszynski will let it roll out of bounds. A good opportunity there for T2.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity. It was a good set piece played to the back post, and by the looks of it, Bijev took it right off the foot of Arboleda, who was also waiting at the back post to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's a wasted opportunity for T2. You see the two players free there. No communication there, and Bijev took a heavy touch, and thankfully for Karl Wyszynski, it went out of play.
Wyszynski with the kick. United trying to get possession, and it's taken by T2, and they'll play it back. There's the soccer support up in the Portland area. Those of you that follow the great sport, Wyszynski heads it away. Know that in Portland, this is the deal, along with the Blazers. And there's a good support section in front of our broadcast position tonight. If things get a little juicy with the language, we'll try to do our best to cover our microphones, and we'll tell you to cover the kids' ears. Sometimes that happens at matches, and it's all in good fun.
Yeah, it's good to see some opposing fans here in the stand, and Timbers have a following all over the nation, and certainly here in Arizona also.
Now here's a shot, and it's knocked away, knocked down by Ramage. Shot by Toma. It'll go over to T2. They will have the corner.
Yeah, another set piece early on for T2. United will be looking to deal with the first ball into the box a lot better than they did last time, and not leave two players free at the back post for the knockdown.
Played far side, headed in the box. Wyszynski not able to get it out. Ball still loose. Karl's got to play it. And the shot is high. Break there for United. That had danger and disaster written all over it if you're an Arizona United fan.
Yeah, certainly again a sloppy set piece on Arizona United's part, but they've kept the ball out the net, and that's what you have to do at set pieces. It wasn't confidently dealt with. However, all credit to T2, another good delivery into the box, and they won the first ball. And Arizona United are normally very good at defending set pieces, so that'll be a scare for them. That's the first two set pieces that they've lost out on so far, but no goals, so they've kept the ball out the net, which is the main thing.
I try to play it ahead. Instead, T2 now play back to Wyszynski. Just the start of things here at the Peoria Sports Complex. 3 games left in the regular season. United is home this coming Saturday night. You can get your tickets at ArizonaUnited.com. That will be the end of the home season. Right into the box, and Wyszynski will cover it up.
Good positive play by Toma down the left-hand side there. All started from a sloppy back pass by Rooney from his own halfway line, all the way back to Karl. Karl didn't deal with it very well, put it out for a throw-in, and T2 took an early throw-in and caused Arizona United problems there.
Now we have a whistle. A foul on T2. It's like Clark saying, no, you missed it again.
Yeah, Clark was a little bit too physical for Robbie, the centre referee's liking there. A free kick for Arizona United in a dangerous area. It's been a while since Rooney's put one of these dead balls away, so Rooney will fancy himself early on.
Rooney was out last match, accumulation. As he goes, it feels like in the second half of the season, so goes United. Ball knocked down and covered up by McIntosh.
Good idea by Rooney there. He didn't fancy the dead ball situation. He had it touched to the side, which creates an extra yard for you to get a shot at goal, but good defending by T2. They got out there quickly and were aware of the danger.
Now Rooney tried to get it over to Blair Gavin, but it's taken away, and here comes T2 on the attack. Gavin will chase it down, he'll take position. Ball will go out of bounds to United. Hey, get into the game through the USL social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. That is USL on social. With Scott Morrison, Brad Sussmat at the Peoria Sports Complex. Wind is starting to pick up some. We are scoreless at the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, United have survived the early scare from T2, a couple of set pieces, and they're clearly trying to use the pace of Arboleda down the right-hand side there, but Ramage covered well there, and that's something he'll have to do tonight, and cover Brandon on the left-hand side.
All carried into the United zone. Played ahead.
And that's Richards, number 55 for T2, taking the ball forward. We just saw Toma, number 28 for T2, get a cross in on the left-hand side, and that's something we'll see from T2 tonight, the fullbacks getting forward at every opportunity.
Richards with the throw-in into the box, and Ramage heads it out. Kept into the United zone. Brett trying to work against Peter Kelly. Brett fakes left, goes right. He's in the box. He's got 3 defenders, and Tan will tip it away, and now the ball cleared out. T2 with the possession. Kelly's down, back in the box. Here's a shot, and then just a tip away. And so far, Portland is taking it to Arizona United, though it doesn't show it on the scoreboard.
They are. T2 look lively tonight, and that was Brett coming in off the flank and getting in on the end of that cutback there. He didn't manage to catch it right with his left foot, but good play by T2.
Now here's Tan with the header. Blackwood plays at far post, nobody there, and it's chased down by Tan. Tan back, and it's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, it was good by Tan. He kept the ball alive there, and he got support from Poltoneri, and Poltoneri forced T2 on the back foot. He's earned his team a corner, and this is the first opportunity for Arizona United to get on the end of a set piece. And as you said, they've defended set pieces well this season, but also they've attacked them very well with their height in the team.
Rooney barking out instructions. He's got Blackwood with size, Tan with size. Rooney curves it in, backside. Oh, charging in towards the box. A good opportunity and a good look for United, but it just goes out of bounds.
Yes, good ball by Rooney, in-swinger with the right foot, and it looked like Ramage actually took it off the head of Brock Granger there. Brock Granger was attacking the ball. What he needed was some communication there. Ramage is going away from goal. It would have been very difficult for Ramage to get any power on the header.
Ball out of bounds.
That's something we'll want to see from Arizona United, that high pressing game, forcing T2 under pressure, forcing them to kick the ball out of the park and not give them time to get on the ball, because they do like to keep possession of the ball. And we've got players who are very comfortable on the ball, and they'll cause you problems if you give them time and space on the ball, especially building out from the back.
And now another corner for United. Tony Cassio in the corner. Played it well, and Rooney will take the corner again for United. Like Cassio here late in the season.
Yeah, we spoke about that during the week. Cassio's got stronger and stronger as the season's gone on, and coming off the back of a couple injured seasons, it's good to see him out there.
Rooney, and it's grabbed out of the air by the keeper McIntosh for Portland Timbers 2. T2.
Yeah, I won't be happy with that. McIntosh isn't the tallest of goalkeepers, and for him to come and grab the ball unopposed there, it'll be disappointing for Yallop to see that.
The 11-minute mark. We are scoreless. Hey, Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. With our entire Floodstream broadcast crew, minus their fearless leader, Joe Pashley, it's good to be next to Scott Morrison. Scotty and I finishing up our first year together, the first of many, many, many. He has improved me a ton. I have learned a ton. He has wanted to come out of the booth and down on the field maybe a couple of times to play this season. Maybe.
Yeah. You've pinned me down though, Brett.
That's it. I just tackled you and said it's not happening. It's over with. I don't want to see you break an ankle. Come on. No torn ACLs. Whistle and a foul on United. Julian Ringhoff, who is one away from missing the next match. Got to be careful tonight.
Yeah, Ringhoff will have to be careful. I'm sure he's been told that he'll have to be careful. They certainly won't want to lose Julian for the remainder of the season, especially if they manage to get a win tonight. Then they'll want to keep their team as strong as possible going into the final 2 games of the season.
And United has Real Monarchs here on Saturday night. Now on the attack, here comes T2 into the box. Soft touch, and it's played away. Well, we've seen some sloppy touches on both sides tonight. The pitch looks great. We were down on the field beforehand.
Yeah, and Timbers too are certainly used to a good field. Playing up at the university up there in Portland, they have one of the best surfaces in the division.
Good fight in the corner. So Real Monarchs will be here Saturday night. You can get your tickets at ArizonaUnited.com. With a United victory tonight, they're that much closer to the final playoff spot. I think those of you that have watched our broadcast throughout the season have become somewhat fatigued with they're only 1 point back. They're only 2 points back. And then they're 6 points back. Well, right now they are 6 behind OC Blues.
Yeah, August wasn't kind to Arizona United. It started nicely with
Yes,
the
it
3
did.
victories, but then with the 4 losses, it turned out to be a bit of a rough month for August. And just when it counts, other teams start to pick up points, and Arizona United, as you said, Brad, find themselves 6 points behind the playoff spot, tied with T2. So victory tonight, and they also play T2 again this season up in Portland. So they can get 6 points from these 2 games against T2, although, however, T2 also on 31 points will be looking to do exactly the same.
A ball played in, just too heavy of a touch by Richards. And Wasinski will have the kick. Yeah, so they've got 2 left with T2, as Scott said. A week from Saturday, September 24th, that will be the season finale at Portland. So United will finish on the road. Here's Tan. Casio.
What United have to do tonight is get bodies forward. What we haven't touched on, looks like United have lined up with 3 at the back, which in the first 15 minutes really has looked like a 5 at the back with 3 in midfield and 2 up front. The idea, I'm sure, from Frank Gallup's point of view, for it to work out like a 3-5-2 and play on the front foot, but it's important for the wing backs, Poltineri and Kelly, to get forward and help out, and also for the midfield runners like Luke Rooney and Tony Casio to get forward and support Blackwood and Longtan up front.
Now settled and taken by United, and will go the other way. Yep, taken right back. Dug out nicely, but kept in by T2. In the first 15 minutes of the match, T2 has had several opportunities, just have not put a big shot yet on Carl Wasinski.
That was a strange free kick there given by Robbie on Tyler Blackwood. He actually won possession of the ball and looked to be going forward. He was pulled back and free kick given. You always want to see the forward given the benefit of the doubt there and allowed to go on.
Ramage. We'll ring off. Julian's had a solid season for United. Signed prior to this year. Signed his first professional contract with the Rochester Rhinos. And has really done a nice job, I think, as this season has progressed. A lot of veterans were brought in by Frank Yala. This was the oldest team in terms of age and experience in the USL at the start of the season. And as injuries have accumulated, that number has gone down some. Ramage, who was a mid-season acquisition as well. This is Granger. You know, we still have 3 matches left, Scotty, but when you start looking at some of the players that were brought in the acquisitions, Poltineri tries to Put it over the top to Blackwood, nothing there. Is there a player or two this season for you that you've looked at and you've said, you know, this young man has got it, just needs to keep growing? Has there been a player or two that's caught your eye like that?
Yeah, there has been. I think we all were very impressed with Miguel. Tim at the start of the season, he was unfortunate to pick up a nasty injury against FC Tucson in the Open Cup. And he's not quite managed to find that form since coming back from injury. He would be the one standout, although he hasn't had a huge role in the season since his injury. Others, the front three have done really well. Tyler Blackwood, the youngest out of that front three, and really came out with a point to prove in the US, and he's done exceptionally well.
Here's T2 on the break. All played through, again, just too heavy of a touch. I'd say on Blackwood, just finishing. Just getting a little bit stronger, right?
Yeah, and it's funny we say that, and he still has scored 8 goals this season. He's just got the knack of getting into the right area, and so he's been in the right area to miss the chances.
Yeah.
Although with a season under his belt out here, I'm sure this time next season, he could have doubled his tally, and we can be looking at him.
16,
yeah,
seriously.
easily. Yep.
This season, the way it's gone for him, you and I have more than a few times.
Yep.
Play it in, ball's loose in the box. Ramage goes up. T2 goes up for it as well, and it goes over to United. It looked like Toma got a little bit of air under him. And Wasinski will play it out. I think Carl this season signed prior to the 2015 year. He was in 27 matches for United a year ago. Broke the USL record for most saves in a season a year ago with 130 saves. And you would look at Carl in the middle part of the season. He was on the bench. Stagmiller played some. You know, Carl, I think, has played well this year. And you look at what will his future hold.
Yeah, Carl's had another solid season here, and he picked up a hamstring injury during the season, and Jordan Stagmiller, as you said, came in and did very well. But Carl fought back and got back to full health, and he's managed to retain his spot in the side for the rest of the season. And especially recently, some of the saves in San Antonio stand out, but he's made some big saves for the team recently in the season, and he's part of the reason why they're still in with a shout of playoffs at this late stage in the season.
There's no question about it. He has saved 63 shots this year, which speaks to what he had to go through last season. 130 saves a year ago.
Right. You can see where Frank Yallop's managed to strengthen the team.
I think it was that Morrison guy that was in front of him.
Yeah, I think 90% of those shots came down the opposing team's right-hand side.
Listen to you. You're better than that.
Well, he said, hey, Scott, can you mind letting me get my shot saves tally up?
Right. I have a clause
I
in the
said,
contract.
sure. Yeah.
I'll give you a cut. 20-minute mark. We're scoreless here at the Peoria Sports Complex. He is Scott Morrison, former Arizona United star player. I'm Brad Sussman. We welcome you to a good night of soccer, a weeknight game. These are rare within the USL. And Saturday we're here for the regular season home finale. And we'll know about playoffs, regardless of what happens if they make it in the playoffs. Here's a ball to Cassio. Cassio in the box, and it's kicked away. Regardless of how it goes in the playoffs, United will not have another match here this season. If they make it, they would go in as the final seed as we see it again.
Yeah, good ball by Portineri. And Morley's actually got the shirt of Cassio in his hand there, and he's lucky that the referee didn't see that. Pulling Cassio back, you certainly can't do that in the penalty area.
Nieri plays it in. Ball's loose in the box. Tan tries to drop and shoot, can't do it. Now played back, United picking up the tempo. There's a shot! Score! Score! Cassio buries it in the back of the net, and United takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Tony Cassio with the finish, cuts inside and bangs it in the far post, right in the side netting with his left foot. Arizona United take the lead, and There we go, Tony Cassio. We spoke about him and how he's been going from strength to strength this season, and he knows what he wants to do the whole time he has the ball. He cuts in and takes a look and picks his spot.
Tony Cassio just rams it in. That's only his 16th shot of the season.
I believe that's his first goal of the season also. So
yep.
Cassio finally getting on the score sheet, and that's great. He's deserved that. He's worked so hard this season, and especially recently he's had some big performances and played his part, and that's great. He's a great guy, and finally getting on the score sheet for Arizona United.
Hometown kid, Cassio from Gilbert, played his youth soccer with Gilbert Arsenal and the AZFC Hammers. Tony Cassio. What we like about that is it's a player not named Tan, Blackwood, or Cortez. No offense to those three. It's great that they've played so well, but give a few other players a tally on the score sheet, builds their confidence, few more weapons, and we've seen Cassio get better and better as this season has progressed, so that's terrific for him.
Yeah, it always takes the pressure off the front three or the front two, whoever it may be. If other players and midfielders, the centre-backs at set pieces are chipping in with some goals, and that's what we saw there. Cassio getting on the score sheet from midfield. That's something we've not seen a lot of this season.
Now corner, Altanieri lays it in, near post, and headed out of bounds. We'll do it again.
I think Lewis lost his bearings there. He wasn't quite sure where he was. It looks like he could have left that. It wasn't in any danger of going in. Poltaneri gets another shot at it.
See, Ringoff plays up, Ramage is up. Off the back line, get them size in there. Play it in, and diving off his line is McIntosh to haul it in. And the keeper, T2, takes it at the 24-minute mark with United leading 1-0. So after a shaky start by United, and I'm being kind when I say shaky, first 3-4 minutes, it was all in front of the goal mouth, in front of Karl Wasinski. United kept the sheet clean. Right now, they do lead.
Yeah, and what they won't want to do is concede a goal after going ahead.
There's a shot knocked down.
That was Richards there. He got on the score sheet for the first time at the weekend against RGV there, fancying his luck from distance on his left foot again. But it's important that United stay tight. They've got the lead in the game. That's what they wanted. And you have to hold on to that lead now.
Shot is high and out of bounds. It's been a field goal in the pro football game. Beautiful, yeah. The beautiful sport that we have here tonight is nothing more than something for the United fans to make fun of. Hey, keep up to date with USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com. Everything you need to know about the USL, it's all right there for you at USLsoccer.com. Tan with the header, settle in the box and taken away. Oh, that looked like a good opportunity for United.
Yeah, good play, physical play by Long Tan there, got up well and won the header. Tyler Blackwood with a good run, and you want to see him take his touch forward there. He tried to slow the defender down there, but took a bad touch and ends up losing the opportunity. It was maybe on just to have the snapshot there on his right foot and have a hit.
Now I'm looking back on the goal that was scored by Cassio. See who gets possession here. Ball won by T2. And you go, you look at Luke Rooney, and he's been able to give quite a bit of offense to United this season. Scott, the roster, finding some people to put in the back of the net, it feels to me like they're on this roster. Like there is enough goal scorers on this roster. The numbers would say otherwise, though.
Yeah, Yallop knew going into the season that he'd have to put players in the team that can score goals. After all, it's goals that win games, and Yallop's been around the game long enough to know that. but you also have to put size and strength in there and not be conceding goals like Arizona United were last season, and that gives yourself a chance to go and score goals, and that's what they've done tonight. They didn't start the game well, but they made sure they didn't concede a goal, and that's what gave Casio the opportunity to put the team in the lead.
Well, to that point, last year there were no Ramages and Ringhoffs and Uchis.
Exactly.
There just weren't. I mean, you were the biggest guy out there. But you were a fighter. Whistle. We go the other way. No, I mean, in all seriousness, I think there's more grit on this team than the last couple of years of United teams.
Yeah, and that comes with experience, getting in the right personnel, implementing the right things in pre-season, which Frank managed to do. It took a while for things to click, but his hands were tied somewhat with having to sign players quickly in the off-season that, you know, once he came into town and took over. So it wasn't easy for Frank, and he did that and ran the pre-season down in Casa Grande, and then before you knew it, it was the start of the season, so it was a quick turnaround.
Well, here tonight in the 28th minute, in a must-win game. 6 points out of the final playoff spot. United leading 1-0 against a team that is dead even with them on the table.
And T2 controlling the game now, although they're 1-0 down.
Oh, there's a foul, and there's a card coming.
Granger with a rash tackle there. But they have pace up front, and you can never take your foot off the gas because they have that pace, and before you know it, they'll be in behind you and causing trouble. So Granger didn't want to take any chances there. Brett there got to the ball first, and Granger knew that he was second to the ball there, so he had to take Brett down.
T2 into the box, headed out by Casio. Our side, no one there, too heavy, we go the other way.
Yeah, wasteful from T2. Richards cutting in his left foot and sending it over out for the goal kick. T2 will have been looking to pile on the pressure there from the set piece situation and at least put it in the mix and make Arizona United work for the money to keep the ball out of the net.
It's been a beautiful night, or is a beautiful night, here at the Peoria Sports Complex. Actually a little chilly here in the broadcast booth. Scott and I like each other, so it has nothing to do with, you know, attitude. The wind is blowing a little bit though tonight. It feels like a fall evening in Arizona. There's Old Glory majestically blowing in the wind tonight. Kind of night we have here. During the summer, we have monsoons here, those of you watching the T2 side. And this summer was pretty mild. We didn't have players running for cover. We had that last year a couple of times where the dust storms come blowing in and everything gets torn apart. All the signage and the tents and everything just gets blown away, and players are running for it. The dust storm comes in, lightning. I've not had any of those. We're not going to have one tonight. And the monsoon season is pretty much done here in Arizona by the mid part of September, where we are now. Robbie Holner backing up T2, 31st minute. Those of you on the United side, tonight Scott and I, as we were making our way down onto the pitch, we ran into new team president David Farka and ran into quite a few people that are here tonight as the new ownership has now come into place.
Yeah, we saw Burke Buckay down there as well with David Farka and Burke's wife, and Brett Johnson's there too. So
yep,
there's definitely a good vibe around the place, and it's a little bit quiet here on a Tuesday night, but it's good. You know, the team has backing and has the support of everyone, and the most important thing here is 3 points. Keeps the hopes alive, and moving forward onto Saturday. I'm sure there's going to be a good crowd here, and especially so if they manage to pick up 3 points tonight.
It's Frankie Yallop there in the chair, surveying the landscape. Rooney, whistle and a push. Ramage didn't agree. He turns and runs the other way. I like that.
Yeah, he knows just to get back into position. There's nothing he can do about it now. The referee's made his mind. Bijev with good defending there, got to the ball first, doing his part for the T2 defense.
Lone score in this match came at the 22:30 mark. Tony Cassio, a rocket off his left foot. Tan gives chase there.
Good pressure by Tan. You see Cassio is high, Blackwood's high, Long Tan's high. Blair Gavin backing up.
Yeah. Pushing up, trying to make something happen, and Rooney does. Rooney plays it through. Here's Cassio. Cassio, left foot shot is tipped away. And Cassio had Tan to his left. Wanted to hang in there, and again sent a missile right at McIntosh. Boy, like Tony Cassio tonight.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone will be having any complaints that Cassio fancied the shot again there. It seemed to open up for him in the middle, and once he got it onto his left foot, I don't think there was any doubt in his mind that he was going to hit it. And it was a good block in the end, and I think if it wasn't for that block, then McIntosh could have been in trouble there.
I think if he tries to pass it to Tan, it gets tipped away. The defender was close enough. Rather see him take that shot, which he did. Ball played in, down off the head of Ringoff. Now back, Rooney shot knocked down. Poltonieri. Here's Gavin. Gavin plays it and it's knocked away. It'll be another corner for United.
Yeah, Gavin claiming for handball with Lewis there. I don't think Lewis knows too much about that. He turns his back on the ball, maybe does hit his arm, but good play. Poltonieri kept it alive. Good initial ball in by Blair Gavin. Luke Rooney with a shot that was blocked. Good play by United, keeping the pressure up.
Boy, goal here, goal up 2. Played in, headed out. Tanieri gives chase. Rooney. See if United can get possession. Tan pushed in the back. Here's Rooney, great anticipation by Rooney. Rooney will give chase.
Robbie Holner played on there, he thought about blowing the whistle.
Here's Rooney. Backside, Ringoff with the header. Nobody in the mouth of the net, but it's kept alive. Blackwood, oh, and it's taken away. Unlucky, and we go the other way. Breakout by T2. 4-on-3, ball played through, too heavy. Jasinski will let it roll out of bounds. Fortunate there for United.
Yes, Bijev wasteful there. Carl Wazinski came out, although I think Arboleda didn't really have any chance of getting in on the end of that through ball, but dangerous breakaway from T2 there. Tyler Blackwood losing the ball in the far corner there. Although good chance, Ringhoff kept it alive with a header across the box. Could have maybe gone for goal himself.
Yep.
In the end, I think he was holding his head in his hands. He didn't realize how good a position he was in there.
We have a whistle, we have a push, it'll be United ball.
Cassio's causing problems up there with his size and strength.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's a handful.
Well, he's got deceptive speed too, Scott. For a big man, he can put those jets on, and then the power in his shot, the one that went in this last one,
Yeah.
was knocked down off his left foot. Those are misses.
Yeah, Cassio, he's an athlete. He's almost a bit of a freak athlete.
Yeah.
He amazed everyone in pre-season with his fitness.
Played in, headed out. United can keep the pressure on in the zone.
They're causing T2 problems. T2 can't quite clear their
No,
lines.
they can't.
You know, it's nothing fancy from Arizona United. Just putting the ball back in dangerous areas. And that's what they need to do. T2 don't look comfortable defending the high balls.
Ball played to Rooney, now back. Ringoff Touch over to Ramage. Coming up on the 37th minute, United leading 1-0.
It's just a little bit straight from Ramage there. It has to be played at an angle, whether it's over the top or if it's into a striker's feet. The straight ball is always going to run out of play if it's overhit.
McIntosh. Keeper for T2.
It's twice he's done that. He's kicked the ball from the right-hand side of the 6-yard box all the way over to the left-hand side of the field, and T2 have no one there. Peter Kelly should have dealt with that a lot better than he did. T2 regained possession, but Cassio
again, yeah. Here's Blackwood. Blackwood in the box. Blackwood trying to get to his left. Can't do it. It's cleared out. Rooney. Rooney shot knocked down. There's Tan. Tan gives chase. Now Tan in the box. Played back. Gavin switches it. No one there.
Oh, he sighs. I think everyone sighed there.
Yeah.
Ball went out of play. Good opportunity. Good play by Rooney. Good play by Tyler Blackwood. Maybe took too much time on the ball there. Got the ball caught under his feet and lost the ball. But once Long Tan regains possession in a dangerous area, you're looking for United to create something there. But they've got the ball back. T2 have been wasteful themselves in the middle of the park.
Here's Ramage looking Blackwood's direction. Blackwood not there and out of bounds.
Arizona United, they are one up and they're chasing the second goal, but they don't have to be too direct. Maybe let T2 chase the ball. Arizona United can keep better possession of the ball, and they'll find it a lot easier to create chances and cut Timbers 2 open.
Just like that.
That's right, yeah. The ball was played there, it's too tight there. Once it goes to Brock Granger, it has to come out, back to Ringhoff, back to Ramage, and out the other side.
So you're right, Morgan. The turnover. Rooney going to keep running with it. And Kelly now. Kelly would throw into Blackwood, and Blackwood loses control.
Kelly running down a black alleyway again there, into trouble. And again, the ball has to come out of there. You know, if T2 have numbers up in an area, keep the ball, bring it out the other side, and look to create an opportunity in the other side of the field.
What do we have here? Kelly getting a schooling by Robbie Holner. But it will be United with the throw-in. Kelly. Blackwood, Tan trying to settle. Tan played back, shot knocked down. Oh, off Poltonieri's boot. That was unlucky. United will keep control and the pressure on. Gavin. Coming up on the 40th minute, and he'll hand it off. Poltonieri into Cassio, who already has one goal tonight for United. Cassio, beam body. Now has got some room. Shot knocked down.
That's a good tackle by Portinelli there.
Well, United's not letting them have much of anything right now, Scott. T2 cannot get it out of their zone.
Yeah, this is Arizona United at their best when they're physical. They're in the opposition's faces. You see, Arboleda there doesn't like going into tackles, so that's what you do. You go in strong on him. He doesn't like that side of the game, and Poltinelli's doing a good job on him so far.
Played far side. Cassio there controls, and back to Rooney. Rooney will flick it in. Ringhoff. There's Tan. Shot. Blackwood is too high.
Oh, what a chance that is. Ringhoff with a great header, and Long Tan did the right thing, left it for Blackwood, who was running onto it, and all he has to do is pass it into the net. He opens up well, and McIntosh is stranded in the middle of his goal there. Good chance for Arizona United to make it 2-0 with 5 minutes left in the first half.
It's one of those when Blackwood watches the match back, he's going to groan, right?
Yeah, it is, and we spoke about Blackwood maybe missing opportunities this season, but again, he's in the right area.
Here he is now. Blackwood likes to go to that left foot, just like that, in traffic, and then loses control. A 1-on-3 situation, and T2 takes it away.
Yeah, and United will have to contain T2 now. Blair Gavin doing a good job. Luke Rooney dropping back into midfield. Casio, you see him coming into the picture now, getting back.
There's a push by T2. In the box, no one there. Back it goes. Say this about T2, they've had some advantages, Scotty, and the touches are heavy. There's a shot right at Wazinski, and Carl will cover it up. Or there's just no one in spot. That's one of their better shots tonight.
Yeah, it was a half chance from Bijev. He's always looking to shoot at goal. He picked up 2 goals at the last home game for T2 against OKC, so he's in good form.
Blackwood taken away. Now Blackwood trying to get it back. Almost played through.
It's not quite happening for T2, but good defending by United. They're staying strong, they're staying tight as a back four. They're making it difficult for T2 to play through them.
There's a good fight here. Blackwood trying to get to it. Go to United. T2 has not used Belmar tonight. Belmar is, for those of you that have watched T2 and watched the USL, he is one of the veterans. Here's Casio. Casio plays into the box. It's knocked down. But you have to figure at some point if Belmar is in strength that we would see him. Whistle and a foul is ring off. It's an elbow to the ear. Ramage is saying, I don't think they're talking dinner reservations on that one. That's some blood. Ring-off's like, come on guys, really? Look at this.
No, it's a 50-50 challenge. I don't think there's too much in it. Williams actually gets up early, and that's what causes Ringhoff to get stuck underneath Williams there. Those ones do hurt, but Ringhoff's now going to have to go off the field. Tyler Sullivan's come on, so they'll be looking to get him back on the field as quickly as they can after the restart.
Of stoppage time in less than a minute. With United leading 1-0. Luke Rooney just walks away. Nobody seems happy with what the Mater D has been offering up tonight. Ramage. Always felt like broadcast in any sport. Have a microphone on the ref and let's hear those conversations where they have their little arguments. Otherwise, I'm left to just reading lips. And usually it's bleep, 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 bleep. It goes the other way.
You see United there again, going down one side, losing the ball. They do a much better of keeping possession of the ball when they open the field up.
Yeah, last couple of minutes has kind of come to a grinding halt. We had good end-to-end action.
Yeah, and if you're Arizona United, you won't mind that. Just seeing the game to the half, 1-0 up. You don't want to do anything silly at this stage in the first half. If you're T2 though, you're desperate to get a goal back before half-time.
2 minutes of stoppage time, I do believe, is what we heard from down on the field. Here's Casio giving chase. Casio trying to get that second one of the night.
Yeah, well defended by Morley there. He was
There's a turnover. Blackwood. Blackwood gets pushed off the ball again.
yeah, long time frustrated with Blackwood there. Again, cutting in on his weaker left foot, which we've seen him do tonight. And he doesn't look comfortable when he comes in on his left foot. Longtan was outside him there. All he had to do was slip Longtan and he was in. I'm sure that's something that Yalk will talk to Blackwood about at halftime.
Throw in. Goes right back over to T2. This is not one for the highlight reel about the last minute and a half.
No.
But, hey, as long as the clock keeps ticking and the hometown team is leading.
That's right. Yeah, good pressure by Kelly there.
Here's a run. Rooney tries to dive in. T2, we're in stoppage time. First half. Laid into the box, headed away by Ramage. one there. There's a shot that's wide. Shot that's wide, and we go the other way. Richards put it on frame. And whistle blows. And that is the end of the first half of play. Carl Wasinski tosses up a goose egg in this first half. Through the first 45 and some change here at the Peoria Sports Complex, Peoria, Arizona. It's Arizona United SC 1, Portland Timbers T2 0.
Stretched out to the middle, back to Green.
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Gerardo forwards.
Like Rafa got tripped up a little bit, but
here's a crosser to Herrera, not the guy that you want to have there, and 3-1. Irvin Herrera with a hat trick, and see.
A directed head there to Bezecourt. Again, look out for Bezecourt every single time. Oh, and another one. Drilled to the upper left-hand side of the net. Just a killer shot.
Red Bulls goal, scored by number 66, Noah Powder.
And Noah Powell.
Clapping. He goes to Chris Tierpak in front of him. Tierpak now dribbling at two men, cutting across on his left foot, shooting, and what a goal from Chris Tierpak! From a full 30-35 yards out, Chris Tierpak with the left-footed stunner.
Space. So play it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen will take the shot, and that one beats Dykstra. He got a hand on it, but it wasn't enough, and gives Louisville City the 2-0 lead here in the 55th minute. And my goodness.
For Sano on the left-hand side, and we've already seen a couple times he's got some pace. He can move, and he does it again as he cuts right there. What a goal! What a goal from Sano. Uses the speed to cut right, and he buries it by Cooper. Montreal up 2-1.
We are really happy to be, you know, with the kids, supporting the community, you know, with the sport, with soccer. Boost Mobile to be doing these events is great. It's more to be involved with the kids, you know, giving the opportunity to play with the Arizona United team.
It's great because, I mean, when I was growing up in Phoenix and in Arizona, we didn't really have a professional organization like this to kind of inspire and give back to the kids. So being able to come back to neighborhoods that I grew up around and give back to the kids is something that not a lot of people get to do, especially in their hometowns. So I feel like it's a big privilege.
It's real. It gives kids an opportunity to see, experience, talk to players, and maybe one day grow up and be an Arizona United player themselves.
A privilege to be able to be part of it, and for Boost Mobile to come out and want to do something with us to get to the community. I think it's just great, and I hope they continue to do it because I look forward to hopefully doing it again with them.
That's Mkungula crossed in and headed away by Sharpie. There's a strike and it's an answer for Montreal. It's the captain Louis Béon-Goyette. He beats Clint Irwin, and 40 seconds later, Montreal have equalized.
Jair walking in now, that's 5. Here's Rob Lovejoy, he fakes and Emilio Garcia shoots. Oh, what a goal! Emilio Garcia puts it right in the right corner pocket, and it's a goal after 494 minutes.
The 18 just to the left of the arc. He approaches, curls, he scores! Oh, what a shot! Oh, Bill McDermott drew that one up.
Very nicely done by Chad Bond. That is beautiful.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score!
Bernardo Forbes. It's in! Rochester has the lead, and the game extends.
We're at halftime here at the Peoria Sports Complex with Arizona United leading over T2, Portland Timbers 2 by a score of 1-0. With Scott Morrison, Brad Sussmat. We are in the, what would we call this, the southwest corner of the Peoria Sports Complex, our broadcast position tonight. Our terrific Floodstream broadcast crew. And partner, I think this first half, and we have some highlights to bring, it kind of was a tale of two different halves of the first half, where early in this match, T2 took it to Arizona United, and United was fortunate to stick around. We have some highlights to roll in here.
Yeah, they were. Portland Timbers 2 put Arizona United on the back foot early on, but Arizona United survived and managed to get into the game, and then they started to do what they do well. They get the ball forward early, they put teams under pressure, and they managed to earn some set pieces, and Tony Cassio managed to pop up with the important goal. And after that, yeah, it's a great shot on his weaker left foot.
Didn't look weak there.
Fantastic. No, I know.
Wish I had a left foot like that. Holy cow. Boom.
Right, and you know Cassio's got that within him. He's struggled the last couple of seasons with injury at Orlando. He picked up a back injury, and the season before that at Houston Dynamo he picked up a knee injury. So he's struggled, but he's got so much natural ability, and he's naturally so athletic that it's nice to see him popping up with an important goal there after a tough season and doing well. And that's the Valparaiso team there. They just got praised at halftime there. The Valparaiso United Football 02 boys actually won the national championship.
That's great.
So it's fantastic for a club like Valparaiso, a local club, and managed to do better than the likes of the powerhouses in the valley. And all credit to them and the coaches involved in putting Valparaiso on the map. And
that's the type of stuff that we need. We need to have more of that, where these young men and women can come out to a United game and check it out and see the hometowners with a lead of by the score of 1-0. Scott and I will be back with second half action after this timeout.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords. Rochester.
We're getting ready for second half action. Players pump site geeked, leading by a score of 1-0, which is what you want when you have a playoff atmosphere like we have tonight. And a good crowd on hand. There's a support section. Some of the numbers. Some of the new ownership groups down there, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like David Farker, the president, mixing it with the fans, which is always nice to see. That's the stats. You see it's 9 for 9, Portland Timbers and Arizona United. Yep, you see Brett Johnson there also in there, having a good time. And
Yeah,
Tim
Brett's there in
Reister,
the
I
black,
believe.
and Tim.
Which is great, yeah. Multiple owners there. It's a group that's been brought in and really trying to move the club forward, and with all their local connections and expertise in their own industries, I think that's what the club's really looking to utilise. That Burke Buckeye being the main man there, and he's also here tonight. And it's great. They're trying to build some momentum here at the end of the season. It's always difficult coming in mid-season.
Sure.
However, it gives you a little bit of a head start, building through the off-season, then moving forward to next season. So I'm sure they'll be looking to utilise these last couple home games and meet as many people as they can and build as many relationships while they're out there.
I saw too where OC Blues had a sale of ownership. So this United was not the only one here this season.
That's right.
All right, second half action is underway. United leading by a score of 1-0. The one goal coming to the 22:30 mark off the left foot of Tony Cassio. In this second half of play, United moving from left to right, wearing the red. T2 of Portland in their white shorts and green tops. Their kit's going tonight. It's a handball. T2, and it's taken by United. Partner, I thought the last 5 minutes of the first half was not very good for either side. United had a stretch there of about 15 minutes. It was almost as good a stretch as we've seen this season in terms of aggressiveness, pressure. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you summed it up right. It's just not been there consistently throughout the season, and that's where they've caused themselves problems. But they had a good spell there. They got the goal. They got on top of the game, and they seem to have a spring in their step. And T2 didn't really have an answer for it. They kept the ball. They kept possession. They created a few chances, but Carl's not been worked all that much tonight. And T2 will be looking to get much more shots on target and trouble Carl.
On the other side, Kendall McIntosh, the keeper for T2, was put in some stressful situations. There was pressure put on him. Now here's a ball played through, and here's going to be a pressure spot. T2 shot right at Wyszynski, and Carl goes down on it. Not a heavy, not the shot that you want to see if you're a T2 fan. It was good position.
Yeah, it was. It was good play by T2 down the right-hand side, and once it was cut back to Bijev there, then you're expecting to see the net ripple, really, the form that he's in. He's got 7 goals this season with 5 assists. That was a chance by T2. They've started the game well.
Now here's a turnover. We go the other way.
Arboleda showing his lightning pace there.
In the box, ball's loose. Scoots past Gavin.
Bijev picks it up.
Now played back. Just like the start of the match. T2, here's a shot. It's just wide.
Bijev with a snapshot there. He was going to do very well to get that on target. He was almost had his back to goal there and tried to hit it first time on the swivel. But very good play by Arboleda there. The first time we've really seen him utilize his pace in the game, and he got to the byline there, put a great ball in.
Now Cassio trying to win it. Settled, and here's Cassio. Cassio's had a very good performance tonight. Kelly. Rooney trying to loop it in. Blackwood there. Blackwood a push in the back.
He was, and Morley was in trouble there. Blackwood didn't really have to foul him there because it looked like Morley was getting himself into trouble as it was.
Now here's a steal by Kelly. Peter Kelly. Cassio tries to play through to Kelly. Kelly gets taken down.
Good play by Morley there, yep. Kelly, good positive play.
We go the other way.
Damrouse looked impressive there in the middle. Number 70 there for T2 getting on the ball again. You're not going to miss him with that here. And he seems to be involved in everything that comes out of the middle for T2. You see they switched the point of play very well there, and they're looking to come out.
Plays their corners too. Now here's a ball played through. Wyszynski as United was looking for a flag up. No offside call, and stickled by Wyszynski.
It was just as well that Carl was quickly off his line there. It looks like Williams managed to beat the offside track. Trapp and Ringhoff and Ramage didn't really know he was there, but the pass was just a little bit too heavy from Bijev.
A ball played back. Here's Wyszynski. The horns are out tonight. We have not had horns during the season. We've had bull horns. Vuvuzelas are out in force tonight here at the Peoria Sports Complex. If you're just tuning in, we are at the home of the Seattle Mariners and San Diego Padres during spring training. Now a turnover. Here's Blackwood, 3-on-2. Blackwood shot, knocked down. Blackwood went into traffic. Ball kept alive. Gavin Cassio now. Here's Rooney. Rooney on his left. Here's a shot. Dribbles through and is taken by McIntosh.
Well, that was a really good opportunity for United. As you said, it was a 3v2 opportunity there. Blackwood driving with the ball down the middle. T2 managed to get bodies back, avert the danger.
Blackwood may have held on to that a step too long again, partner.
Yeah, I think so, and especially driving into the middle. He's driving into trouble. It was maybe on to get it wide and let someone get to the byline and cut it back, and then he could get on the end of it.
He is talented, though, for sure. He finds himself in positions. You can see he's just this close to being a breakout performer.
Yeah, it's just that final bit of quality in the last third, or the decision making, which, as I said, will come with time.
Now in the 51st minute, throw in. United hanging on to this 1-0 lead. Playoff atmosphere here in Peoria. The two teams on the table at the same spot in terms of points. A ball played through and kicked away by Ramage. It'll be a corner.
And it was that man Arboleda again there. Lovely bit of skill there and got him behind, and Bijev had peeled to the edge of the box again, and he tried to find him. Didn't manage to find him that time, but dangerous play for Portland Timbers too, and they've started the second half brightly. They know they have to get a goal to get themselves back into this game.
Ball played through. It's loose. Wyszynski out front, knocks it down, cleared out. That came so close.
Yeah, and Carl Wyszynski doing all he can to keep that ball out the net. It was a little unconventional, but he got a good fist on it.
Now backside, here's a shot, knocked down, redirection, and it's out of bounds. This was earlier.
Damrow with a lovely corner kick out swinging ball, and Wyszynski sharp to punch that ball away. Then Ramage is there also.
The corner, all headed, wide open in the corner. United once again very fortunate.
That was a little close for comfort, and it looked like Carl Wyszynski wasn't quite sure there. Portland Timbers 2 had bodies attacking the ball at the back post, and T2 are knocking on the door. United managing to keep it at 1-0 for now, but United will be looking to take the pressure off themselves here.
53rd minute. It gives chase, and now it's turned over. Back to T2. Hey, get into the action on the social side with the USL. Go to uslsoccer.com, get involved, find out about team stats, schedules, and much more. That's at uslsoccer.com, uslsoccer.com. Cassio turns.
That's great play by Cassio there. Showed great strength and skill there.
Kelly. Now played over to Ringoff. Julian. Gonna make T2 chase a little bit here with that lead. Nice turn. Tan with nifty footwork. Tan now with 3 defenders. Tan gets tripped and is down.
That was good play by United. It's the first time we've really seen them knock the ball about with any real rhythm, and you can see the confidence is high. And now they have a free kick. Rooney tries to play it early there. It didn't look like Williams was back 10 yards.
Wasn't even close. Here's a push out of bounds, and things are starting to pick up a little bit. We're gonna have a card come out. Looks like it was pointed in the direction of Rooney. Robbie Holner wants to have a conversation with Rooney. Rooney and Williams there. Rooney does find his way into the crosshairs of the referee.
I think that's the first time you've mentioned that this season.
Here's Tan. Tan shot is high. Not picking on him, it's just...
No,
they may be, though. Now they may be. I don't want to state the obvious, right?
Well, yeah, that's clearly that's all you're doing. It's no fault of your own. Rooney does like to converse with the referee on
nothing
numerous
but dinner plans.
occasions.
Nothing than what's on tap at the pub afterwards. There's nothing more than that, right?
That's right.
I'm sure you had your conversations.
Yeah, I did. Obviously, I wasn't.
Here comes the shovel. I just gave you the shovel to dig your hole.
No, I mean, it's fine at the right time, the right place, but as a defender especially, you always had to be thinking about the next play. You couldn't be thinking about that last play because you've taken your eye off the ball. And as a forward, you maybe got more leeway in doing that.
Well, you say it in such a snarky term. You get more leeway. Which means, hey man, we're on defense. We get after it.
Exactly, yeah.
We're tough back there.
Forwards tend to do what they want anyway.
All right, 57th minute. United has come out here and has had some sparks, some splashes, some moments that you look at and say, oh, they could build off this. In the zone, ball cleared away.
A good clearance by Granger there in the right area at the right time.
And here's a turnover. Let's see if United can get something going with numbers. Trying to lead Tan. Here comes Cassio. Cassio hard to the turf. Whistle stays silent.
Richards did well there, got to the ball just in the nick of time ahead of Cassio. Some United players calling for a free kick, but good defended by Richards. That's Bijev having to drop off very deep to get on the ball. They've not managed to find him with the ball all that often.
A ball played back in the box. Bijev played through, ball settled. United seems to be in position. Here's a shot knocked down. There's not been many clean looks tonight for T2.
No, and all credit to United's defense.
There's one, shot scored. Flag up. Flag is not up. See it coming.
I think we were all waiting to see the flag go up there.
Yeah.
Has it been given? I think I saw a yellow card given there to someone.
There's still a conversation going on.
Looks like the goal's been given. There was no flag. Looked to be a yellow card. We're not sure who for. Blair Gavin's arguing with the referee. I don't think he can change anything.
Well, let's go back to the goal, because the United's really not happy, and it looked like the flag should have been up.
They're not happy about something. Poltoneris trying to slow Brett down there, and Williams is in so much space there. It almost looked like he had to be offside. There was no one near him.
Yeah, and everybody is turning to, but Augustine Williams scores.
And it was a simple finish in the end. He took it well on the volley. Very good play by Brett, getting to the byline, getting the ball across.
So we're level at 1. Though I think all of us were of the opinion that there was an offside there.
There was no real complaints from United. It looked like they were complaining about another situation in the build-up to the goal.
Let's see if we have a replay again. We can see here. Well, let's just wait and see what happens here. Here's Blackwood.
Yeah, Clark.
Blackwood gets taken down.
It's good play by Blackwood. Clark needlessly gives the ball away in
a yellow.
Dangerous area. Yep. Lewis had to take the yellow there. Had to take Blackwood down there. Luke Rooney has an opportunity to make amends and put United back in the lead.
So here we go earlier.
You see Ramage, Ringhoff, Granger, they're all ball watching. Have no idea what's behind them, and Ramage could be playing Williams onside there. Certainly looks like Williams more advanced than Ringhoff was, but Ramage was deeper than Ringhoff. The linesman must have had a good view of it, looking right the way along the line. So
here's Kelly, shot knocked down. We go the other way. So that was Rooney, and Kelly sends it back to Carl Wasinski.
It's always going to be difficult to get it up and over the wall there. It's close. Damrau here, number 70 for T2.
Here he comes. Pushes it ahead. Williams tries to save. T2, here's a shot that's wide. Momentum going over to T2 here in the 61st minute.
Yeah, and you can feel it's just changed. The momentum's gone to T2. That often happens. The team that levels in the game and their confidence goes up, and that was good play by T2. Looking dangerous. Bijev finally getting on the ball in dangerous areas around the Arizona United edge of the box. Doesn't manage to find a target there. United need to settle themselves down. They can't get too disheartened by the goal. They were playing very well in the first half and even the start of the second half.
Here's a ball led ahead to Tan. We've got 28 minutes to go in the match. Tan in the box. Castillo can't release. Shot, Kelly. It's loose. Stop and a whistle.
Yeah, I think someone's taking a sore one off the face there. Could be Toma. Referee blowing the whistle straight away, wants to stop playing, make sure the T2 player's okay. Kelly really fizzed that one in, and it looks like could have been Tom there. Took it on the side of the face, which is always nasty. Sends him flying. Let's hope he's okay. Good defending, very good defending. Puts his body on the line, but he certainly looks to be a little bit shaken from that. I've had many of those myself, and
it's like bees in your head, right?
That's right, and he won't really have any recollection of what just happened. Back in Scotland a couple of years ago, I was playing with some friends and I was looking after Kelsey, my son, and I took one in the face in the game, and I have no recollection of how we actually managed to get home. My wife picked us up somehow, and it was kind of crazy, and that's what happens. Those ones that hit you on the side of the head, they just shake you.
Well, they've not moved him yet, and they're also not trying to throw towels where ordinarily we would see blood.
No, there's no
They're gonna help him
stretcher.
up.
There he is. He's getting helped up now by the T2 trainer, and it is Toma. He's
Well, you take a ball like that.
moving a little gingerly. They'll have to check him out, make sure he's okay before he's allowed to go on.
You know, in this day and age of concussions and jarring of the brain, you take a ball like that. Although he is able to walk off on his own power without anyone helping him.
Yeah, and there's a very good protocol in place now with this types of situations and concussion scares. So nowadays it's a lot better than it maybe was in the past. But they'll be taking no chances.
So when your wife picked you up to bring you home, did she ask you, who am I, and do you recollect? Or you didn't say it was the girl that you took to the school dance in high school or something. You didn't have the wrong name. You weren't that out of it, were you, partner?
I can't quite remember, Brad.
Your bride would let you know. She'd let you have it. Back to action. Coming up on the 65th minute. Every time I look up, I see Casio fighting tonight.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. I think he's covered every blade of grass on the field there. Doesn't look like he's broken sweat either.
In training, have you seen the improvement of him this season? I mean, are you surprised by how well he's playing? Not just tonight, but I think the last few weeks.
Yeah, certainly. And he's actually been very consistent throughout the season. He trains it very well, and you can tell he's played at a high level.
Here's a shot that Carl knocks away. The crowd gives a nice round of applause for Wasinski.
Yep, Carl called into action there. It was a snapshot, T2. Carl couldn't take any chances and pushes the ball away. It's Bijev. We know he can hit it from that area, and good save by Carl.
Carl gets into his own. He's talking, barking.
Yeah, he's very commanding, when he's high in confidence.
All played in. We have a shove inside. Afterwards, a little extracurricular. The United player's not happy. So Toma's done for the night. They replaced him with Michael Gallagher. So Toma's out. And just based on where he took the ball and there was no blood and how he was moving, I think you've got to consider that they're looking at the concussion side of things.
Yeah, you would think so, especially the way he took the ball on the side of the face.
Yep.
He did certainly look shook up by it.
Luke Rooney. Luke looks like he's been in a boxing match for 15 rounds, even when the match first starts. He's just out there, shirts untucked, and hair's everywhere. And at least he's got hair, right? Who am I to talk? I love how hard he plays. Here's Blackwood. Tan tries to fight in there. Oh, good push. Kelly to Tan. Gavin, United have something here? Oh, it's behind, and Kelly goes down.
That was rash by Damrau.
Oh, Tan went down.
Yeah, Tan went down there. Dangerous area. You can't be giving away free kicks needlessly in that sort of area. And T2 have now put themselves in trouble. Another free kick for Arizona United in a good area on the edge of the box. I'm sure Rooney will step over it. The angle doesn't favour the right footer. So I wouldn't be surprised if he sends it in the box looking for Ramage or Ringhoff. Casio is at the back post also, so United have height there.
Luke Rooney. We're level at 1, coming up on the 68th minute. Two teams trying to get to that last playoff spot. Rooney, far post. Ball's loose in the box. Ringhoff with the header. Tan trying to head it in. Still loose. United's going to keep fighting for it. Blackwood and a whistle.
Yeah, I think the linesman spotted an infringement by Tan. It was scrappy. But good pressure there. Yep, hits Long Tan on the head, and he maybe fouls Gallagher there. Not too much in it. I don't think he meant it, but needless free kick. T2 were in trouble there.
McIntosh, the keeper, boots it away, and here's T2 in the United zone.
Some nice interchange there from Damrau and Arboleda.
We have yet to see a substitution by United. We have yet to see Carlton Belmar, who whenever United plays against T2, Belmar is always a thorn in their side. He's listed.
Yeah, he's listed and he came on at the weekend for T2. He's not started all that much this season. He's not had the season that he had last season, that's for sure. But, as you said, he does do well against Arizona United, so I'm sure T2 will be well aware of that, and the longer the game goes on at 1-1, I wouldn't be surprised to see Belmar make an appearance at some point.
See some fresh bodies, perhaps. There's a collision, and Wyszynski comes off his line to boot it away.
There was some really nice play by Bijev there, and Brock Granger putting a great tackle there. Last man, he had no room for error. T2 are in the ascendancy. They look bright, playing on the front foot.
United able to clear it out.
United need to try and get a hold of the ball. When the ball's cleared there, you want Blackwood or Longtan to just put their foot in the ball and allow the defense to move up.
Now ball knocked down, settled. Rooney, Cassio. Cassio plays it back. Some good interchange tonight among United players.
Yeah, it's good. It's much better.
Here's a potential turnover. Dangerous ball, Wyszynski. Carl will play it off. Way down towards Tan. Put it away and Kelly steps in. Here's Peter Kelly. Kelly. Kelly on his left foot. Kelly in the box. Kelly keeps it alive. Now plays it back.
United keeping the pressure up. Good play by Kelly. Rooney.
Ball played far side. No one there for United. It'll be tracked down and we go the other way for T2. 71st minute. Level at 1. Winner gets 3 points. A draw does neither team any good tonight.
Yes, it's set up for a good finish. The last 20 minutes, both teams need to get 3 points. They need to go for the win here.
Cassio, shot right direct at McIntosh.
Again, good play by Cassio. It opened up for him and he drove. He took his touch forward and he took another touch and it did open up for him and he had a strike it goal. He hit the target. He didn't catch it quite like he'd have liked to, but McIntosh with the comfortable save. But better from Arizona United. We've not seen them create too many chances here in the second half.
Cassio tries to flick it ahead. Gavin. Rooney, ball played through to Blackwood. He cannot get around the defender. And McIntosh will come off his line. Trying to thread that needle. And they just can't quite get it done.
Yeah, Rooney's always looking to play forward as soon as he gets the ball under control. And a little bit harder for United tonight with only 2 up front to find one of the forwards.
Here's T2 in the zone. Brett. And play back. Hey, follow Nike Soccer at NikeSoccer.com. You can do that on Twitter as well, at Nike Soccer. Or go to Nike.com/soccer. Get all your gear. Nike Soccer, a big part of the USL. Appreciate Nike Soccer support. With Scott Morrison, Brad Sussmat. T2 on the attack in the United zone. Shot knocked down. Wyszynski comes off his line to fall on it and keep it level at 1. We're in Peoria, Arizona at the Peoria Sports Complex. Two teams that are desperately trying to stay alive in the playoff race for the final position of the Western Division. We'll have a substitution. I think Tyler Blackwood's night is over.
Yeah, and it's that man, Chris Cortez. We know he can score. He'll fancy himself. Frank Yallop's obviously thinking it's the right time to introduce him into the game. Blackwood's worked his socks off as usual. It's not quite happened for him in front of goal tonight. So Chris Cortez, can he get the goal to keep Arizona United's playoff chances alive?
Bessler comes in as well for T2. Cassio plays it back. Rigoff will send it down. Tan gives chase. And it goes back to McIntosh.
Yeah, and Bessler's going to slot in the midfield there in the number 6 role for Timbers 2. So they're obviously looking to solidify, and they know they have pace up front. So if they can keep it tight at the back, they're always going to look dangerous going forward.
Ball played through. Good chase. Zanieri sticking with his man down there.
Yeah, you're right. Poltonieri sticking to his man, Arboleda. He's done it all night, and Arboleda is always going to get in behind, and he did so for the goal, but on the whole, Poltonieri's done very well tonight, stuck to his task.
This is Brett taking the corner in the 75th minute. Short. Cleared out by Tan, kept in the zone by T2. T2 leveled it in the 59th minute. Williams with the tally. Ball shot high, popped away, and it should go over to United. United scoring at the 22:30 mark of the first half. Tony Cassio with the goal. That's where we are, 1-1. About 14 minutes to go in the match and some stoppage time. These 14 minutes are going to tell an awful lot about the postseason plans for some of these players, or most of these players. Some are going to start getting the flights booked and getting the rental agreements canceled out. Others are going to say, hey, I'm going to get another check. Cortez, Cassio. Played ahead. Cortez, big, long body, good size.
Yeah, Cortez with some nice early touches on the ball.
Cassio push.
He certainly brings a different dimension to the Arizona United attack. He's always looking to link up, and he's very unselfish. He loves to be a part of the build-up play, and they've maybe missed that tonight. When it's got up to Long or Blackwood, it maybe broke down if they didn't get a shot at goal, whereas Cortez is much more of a number 10 in that aspect, and he certainly brings other players into the game.
Into the box, no one there. Ramage was looking for a tug on his jersey. Rigoff will head back. Richards there is very slow to move.
He's not the first player we've seen pull up with cramp this season.
Yeah, he can't move.
Out in that field, it looks like a touch of cramp. You can see his hamstrings locked up, and I've been there myself, and it's not a nice situation.
I had one this morning at 2 a.m. in my calf. Brought me straight out of bed. You guys have those? You know, I know you're not supposed. You're just not getting enough water in you. We're not down there playing, so those guys cramping up, forget it. Even though it's a cool night, comparatively speaking.
Yeah, and as you said, it is the dryness. Maybe the Timbers 2 players aren't used to the dry heat, not taking enough fluid during the day. You said it will cause your muscles to cramp up.
Don't take the fluid, don't take the adult beverage. See players that do sports down here, and they do the adult beverage, and the next day they're They're hating life. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, no, it eats you up and spits you out here.
That's it.
That's for sure.
Now here's a run in the box. Wazinski is claiming the shot was out of bounds.
Arboleda just with a heavy touch there. Took a great initial touch and managed to get in behind Poltoneri. He's not managed to do it all that often tonight. His final touch just let him down, and T2 again in the ascendancy, looking dangerous. Most of the plays being down in that half of the field in the second half. United still in with a chance, so they've taken Cortez on. They'll be looking to get the ball forward to him and get him on the ball on the edge of the box.
Here's a turnover, trying to play it through, and a good stop by Ramage. Ramage doesn't get his foot on that one. This may be 2-1. Played ahead, Tan. Casio. And the United player goes down. Not sure if it was Tan.
Yeah, it looked like Gavin. Just a miscommunication there. Casio trying to play the ball in front of Blair, and Blair checked his run.
Coming up on the 80th minute. Kelly. Play on, Casio. When you're in a space like this, Scott, you know that the draw does you no good. And of course you're trying to score, but what's it like in these last 10 minutes and time when you know we cannot have a draw tonight? And we also cannot give up the 3 points. So you can't be over the top aggressive, right?
No, that's it. You just have to feel the game, and you have to go forward at the right opportunity, and you have to defend when you need to defend. But it definitely comes down to game management and being organised. But at the same time, you have to push bodies forward. You have to create chances. You have to get bodies into the box.
And we have a United player down.
Looks like Poltoneri's finally caught some cramp as well. He's done a lot of running tonight. He's had his hands full. Spent most of the evening running back towards his own goal, chasing Arbeloda. Matías Silva managed to slot in there, and he'll be more of a threat going forward. But Ramage will have his hands full covering. If Arboleda stays on the field, it looks like T2 are taking someone on as well. Number 96, Bodley, who managed to get on the score sheet against Oklahoma City when they won 4-0. Not at the weekend there, but the weekend before.
Poltoneri did a nice job tonight, I thought.
He did, yeah. And Frank will have known that Arboleda was going to be a real threat for T2, so Poltoneri stuck to his task and it did well, other than the goal, but they kept prodding, Poltoneri's defence, he didn't get the help he maybe needed. When the ball did go in the box, you know, you can't leave someone spare the 6-yard box and not expect to be punished.
Here comes T2 in the box. Head-on shot is just off the side of the foot. Lucky for United.
Yeah, great play by T2, but just Bijev doesn't quite look like he's high in confidence tonight.
Back in they go. Ball's tipped away. Here's Kelly, who's been in the middle of the mix tonight. Ahead to Rooney. United get on the run here. Trying to lead it to Cortez, just not enough.
That was a timely interception by Clark, running back towards his own goal, and Chris Cortez was breathing down his neck. Calmly averted by Clark.
Seven minutes to go in the match. Have some stoppage time, of course. United has had some stretches tonight that, quite frankly, have been as good as I've seen out of them this entire season. Very good interchange. It just hasn't been there enough. Here's Casio. Casio through ball. Tan flags up.
There wasn't much in it there. did time his run well. You could see him trying to run across the line and wait for Cassio to play it. Great pick up by Cassio in the middle. And Montan sets off. He's trying to stay on side, and that's very close. Clark looked to be playing him on side. He raises his hand up, hopefully, because he knows he's in trouble, but that's a let off for T2.
And the flag was up immediately. 84th minute coming up. That was a good chance. I don't know if you're going to get many more of those. These two teams meet each other in the box and just flipped over. These two teams meet each other a week from Saturday, and that match will be in Portland, and that's where the regular season will end for United. United will be back home here this Saturday night, taking on the Monarchs. You can get your tickets at ArizonaUnited.com, or just come on out to the Peoria Sports Complex, 7:30. The match will get started. Not much contact there at all. The whistle blows. Wow.
No.
After a match like this, come on.
Cortez, yeah, he knew what he was doing. He just managed to put the T2 player off his jump there, and it was well played by Cortez.
Silva, Cassio, tried to thread the needle and just not able to do it. We go the other way.
And it's opened up here.
Yeah, it has. Wazinski comes off his line.
Bodley's another one with bags of pace. He's going to be playing on the left-hand side for T2 now. So Timbers 2 are loaded on the flanks now. They've got Arboleda on one side and Bodley on the other.
Rooney gives chase. Kelly gives chase. And it's taken by McIntosh. Now an opportunity. Here come numbers. Shot off the side of the net. Wazinski will come up with it. Play it ahead. Cassio. Less than 5 minutes rather, to go in regulation. We'll have some stoppage time, not much.
Good flick on by Kelly there. Yep, just Chris Cortez was caught in his heels there. Don't know if he was expecting Kelly to win the header.
Ringoff steps up. Julian with the header there. Ramage. Rooney trying to settle. And taken now by T2. Settled. And T2 goes the other way. Teams have gone to their reserves.
Yeah, there's fresh legs out there. T2 have taken players on. Arizona United also.
T2 gives chase, ball played back. We have a whistle, and it should go to United. Like Silva got tangled up in that deep corner.
Yeah, Mateus Silva stuck to his task there. Managed to win the ball back and was impeded in doing so.
Christian Silva comes in for Gavin, and Cassio's night is done as well.
Yeah, so fresh legs in the middle there. Miguel Tim will go into the midfield, and also will Christian Silva. Frank Yallop knows he has to go for it now.
Stretch for United over these last 5 matches. They're winless in their last 5 matches. 4 straight losses and a draw. Tonight facing a draw once again.
That's Belmar being introduced to the game finally.
Yeah, so Belmar comes in late.
He's not been given long to make his mark on the game, but as we all know, he doesn't need long
No, he
to
doesn't.
make an impact with his speed and aggression.
Both teams going for it. There's a ball played in, and Ringoff just dives at it knock it out of bounds. Ramage, I should say.
I think Ramage can't believe how much time and space Bodley was given there to pick his spot. And it was a good ball. It was played into the danger zone between Carl and Peter Ramage, and he dealt with it well. T2 have a corner here, though.
Ball played in, knocked down. Chase Given, nice play.
Yeah.
Peter Kelly,
I
nicely
would be
done.
too happy if I was the T2 manager with that effort.
Tim.
To the tackle.
United in the 89th minute. Here's Rooney. Rooney plays it through. Can they get a shot off? And they can't. We go the other way.
Oh, good play there by Belmar, doing his bit defensively. Christian Silva almost got into a good area. Ball threaded through by Luke Rooney, but T2, here they are on the attack.
The Vuvuzelas are blowing. United is trying desperately to not go for a draw. Don't need that at this point of the season. Get those 3 points, but it doesn't look promising.
I think they need a moment of magic from someone. They're still in the game here. They have the ball. Brock Granger's going to take the throw, and now they want to get the ball forward as quick as they can. They have quality in the final third now. They've got Chris Cortez, they've got Rooney, they've got Long Tan up there.
They can't do it, and it'll be played back to McIntosh. Here's an opportunity shot, score!
And it's number 25, Brett. With the goal, T2 on the counter-attack and got bodies forward in numbers there. And Biziev drops deep, gets on the ball, and they have 3 players that are looking for the ball there. Brett comes from deep, and Coley puts it over the top of Carr with his left foot, and Timbers take the lead.
Just as we go into stoppage time. Heartbreak.
Yeah, it's a real sucker punch for United there, just as they looked like they had something to play for there in the end of the game. They've got an uphill task now. They need to score 2 goals in stoppage time. It can be done, but they need to get the ball forward now as quick as they can, and they have to score. Belmar taking his time to get back in, back onto the right half now.
So Rooney will push it up. So they announced the stoppage time just as the goal was being scored. I was listening for that at the same time seeing the action. So I thought I heard 2 minutes, but I'm not going to guess.
That would sound about right. There's not been too many stoppages in the second half. Good stop by Kelly there.
They announced Thomas scoring the goal, but that can't be the case. Thomas out of the match.
No, it certainly looked like Brett, number 25, with the great finish. All credit to him.
Thrown by Gallagher. And at this point, T2's more than willing to back it into a corner. A little scrum there. Now Kelly, Belmar. Belmar, that's a veteran move. Take a little bit more time off the clock.
Yeah, just kill the game. Keep the ball in the corner.
That's
but
all he's
United
doing.
have the ball here. Unfortunate, Christian Silva can't quite get on the end of that. T2 are going to take their time now. They're going to eat up the clock. Game management. They want to see this game out. It's a big win for them coming here to Arizona. It'll be their 3rd straight win on the road. In a row, sorry. But they did win at the weekend in RGV. Having to come here after that, it'll be a big win for them.
Not looking promising at all. And United did have some opportunities in this match. As Belmar fight with Kelly. Silva plays it ahead. Kept in, though.
Just can't quite get the lines cleared, though.
Just willing to play it into the corners. Final moments. Silva.
Yeah, lumping it forward. What can they get out of the game now? Ramage has gone up front.
Everybody pushing up now.
You know, Mateus Silva's got a long throw, and is he going to run over and take this? Justin Silva's going to get it back in play as quick as he can.
Rooney.
Good play by Chris Cortez there.
Kept it alive. Kelly. Closing seconds. Kelly. It's a shot knocked down. McIntosh will just let it roll out. He'll take his time. Referee Robbie Holner checking his watch. And a yellow card is given. They're fine with that.
Yeah, and rightly so. I think McIntosh, if you're going to waste time, do it a little bit less obvious, moving the ball from one side of the 6-yard box to the other.
Veteran team here, right?
Yeah,
you don't like it.
You know, it is a young team, but they've got a lot of old heads on young shoulders, T2, and they've grown a lot this season, and you know, it'll be a big season for them if they can manage to make it into the playoffs.
Now push ahead. And that is that. The final whistle blows. Disappointment reigns supreme for Arizona United tonight. At home, they come up short. Our final score, Portland Timbers 2, Arizona United SC 1. We are back with some closing comments after this timeout.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords.
Tough night for Arizona United SC as they fall to T2, Portland Timbers 2. Final score 2-1. This was a match in which Arizona United early was not very good, and as the first half progressed, they became stronger and stronger. But in the second half of the match, T2 was able to bear down and get the victory. Let's go through some of the highlights tonight of this match that sees United come up on the short end.
Yeah, here we see T2 putting Arizona United under some early pressure here, predominantly from set pieces. United couldn't quite clear their lines, but a little bit of magic from Tony Cassio and got Arizona United back in the game. And for spells in the game, especially the first half, United controlled the game. they looked to be the more likely team to get the second goal at that part of the game.
Cassio, very impressive tonight. That was the only goal of the night for United, and Cassio was one of the players that really gave them a lift.
Yeah, but United came out the second half, different team, T2 grew from strength to strength in the second half, and United didn't really trouble McIntosh in goal in the second half, and T2 plugged away and managed to get the goal from Williams.
The United players thought it was off, but Williams puts it in. Augustine Williams, we're level at 1.
Yeah, and here we see a lovely pass by Bijev and Brett with a finish, and that was it really. T2 with the finish, and once it went 2-1 Arizona United, really they were buried and playoff chances over. You can see the disappointment from the players, and they put a lot of effort into tonight's performance, and just fell short on the night.
So Arizona United, with the loss tonight, they have now dropped 5 straight. Our next home match will be this Saturday night. It'll be the final home match of the 2016 season against Monarchs. We want to thank our Floodstream broadcast crew, as always. Solid, great crew from top to bottom. A real pleasure to work with. Great to have them on board. Again, our final score, Portland Timbers 2, Arizona United SC 1. For Scott Morrison, I'm Brad Susmat. Enjoy your evening, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.